What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by Autobahn. My name is Max, and today we're taking a look at this gargantuan BMW XM. This is the development car of BR Performance, who bought this car because they knew that this drivetrain was also going to go in the new M5, and they thought, let's get a head start, tune the XM, and in the process also learn a lot about the new hybrid drivetrain with the S68 engine. So this XM has been tuned 900 horsepower, just over 900 horsepower, an absolute beast. Today I'm going to show you around it. We'll take a quick look at the spec, the modifications, and then we'll take it for a drive towards the Autobahn for an Autobahn blast. So XM, I know that most of you think it's an absolutely hideous car. I mostly agree, apart from the fact that I quite like the front end nowadays. I think it looks pretty dope. Is it pretty? No, it's not a good looking car per se, but I like the intimidating, like aggressive look that this car has, and I think that a lot of people buy this car because of that. Now XM, you know, M being the most important letter there, I'm not really a big fan of that part of the car because I feel like it should have been more comfortable. It should have just been an X8 M50 or M60i, and I would have completely understood the car. XM, the whole M part, I don't understand it. It doesn't drive that well. It's just very harsh. It's 2700 kilos. It's just too much to be like really sporty. However, if you put 900 horsepower in any car, it will go fast. It doesn't really matter that it weighs 2700 kilos. So I think BR Performance kind of put the M in XM here with this car. So let's have a look at the spec. This is petrol mica individual. We're almost certain that that is the color. It is a blue-green color, very dark, but it's absolutely beautiful. It's a shame that the sun just decided to leave, but if the sun hits it, you can see this beautiful metallic flake in there. It's a really, really nice color. And BR Performance combined that with these Vossen wheels, 23-inch, with 295 tires at the front, 335s at the rear, absolutely massive. And well, these brakes, they don't look so big anymore. Regular M compound brakes. I still think that they should have offered carbon ceramics on this car, because, you know, even with the stock 650, 653 horsepower, you need ceramics. With 900 horsepower, believe me, you need them. So yeah, it's a shame that they don't offer that. You get regular springs and dampers on the XM, no air suspension, so that also means that it's quite a firm, harsh ride. Sporty, as some would call it. I call it, well, just bad. Maybe not bad, but it just doesn't match the car, if you ask me. So a lot of black down the side there, black stripe down the middle, 23s, 335s, as I said, at the rear. And then the rear of the car, we see the first or the second modification, the Krapovich exhaust, as you can see, with a valve in there as well, and some new tips. And then you've got the exhaust. It's a slip-on exhaust, so it's OPF back basically, which is kind of amazing to me that this car has 900 horsepower with the OPF still in place. And then let's have a look at the third big modification, which is the Venturi intake, which is very, very loud. And you can see why. Well, you can see that it's quite open there, aimed at the cabin. So when you're driving it, you hear that thing really loudly. Power wise, 900, I think 902 horsepower and 1213 newton meters of torque, which is just ridiculous. Stock 653 horsepower, and 490 of those come from the V8. So most of the power increase comes from the V8. Most of the torque increase comes from the electric part, because they've also been able to get the limiter off, so of the electric power. So it now delivers much more electric boost in first, second, third gear than before. And you really feel that. It is a super aggressive car. It's crazy aggressive, really. It basically drives as aggressively as it looks now, which I quite like. I think matching the character of the car to the exterior, which, you know, look at it. It's a very aggressive and present car. Of course, also with the illuminated grille, with the gold badges. I mean, it's no mistake that you've got the Big Daddy when you buy this car. It's also huge, 5 meters 11, I think, over 2 meters wide. It's absolutely huge, and that does mean that it's very comfortable because you have a lot of rear legroom. As you can see, we've got a human here, a test human. Super comfortable rear seats, a lot of space, beautiful interior. Look at that blue leather, that is so cool. Little pillows, yeah, that's nice. I like the opulence of this car. I think they've done that really well. If they would have just made it super comfortable and fast, I would have totally gotten the idea of the car, but I've said this many times before. So you can see the two-tone leather is all around the car, so the brown and the blue. The brown Alcantara headlining as well, with a bit of carbon fiber, and the beautiful Bowers & Wilkins audio. They still did the beautiful grating when they introduced the XM. And if we start it up, we do so in hybrid mode. So we go to M2 mode and it starts up. Now you do get a bit of a burble, and you also hear that Venturi, but you hear it even more when we go for a drive. Now, as I said, it's very aggressive. So you have the hybrid drivetrain, which means that you have immediate torque down low, and then you have that massive V8, and the throttle mapping is just so aggressive that you need to be careful. Really, you need to be careful, because when you put your foot down, it goes, and all of a sudden it does not feel like a 2700 kilo car. It really doesn't. That's the beauty of power. It kind of cancels out weight. How the car handles that weight and power is another thing, but you don't really feel that weight anymore. So we've got it in four-wheel drive sport, I think, yeah, and in DSC off, Sport Plus. It is a beast, this car, and I do really like the fact that the grunt now matches the car. I think it kind of oversells itself in stock form, and with this tune it kind of feels like what it should have been. Also, the label red was a lot better than this car. So BR Performance is a company based in Belgium, and they do all kinds of performance upgrades for road cars, for track cars. They also write their own tuning files and stuff like that. And they have, as I said, taken this XM to develop this drivetrain because they knew it was also going to go in the M5. And that's also why they are the first, I think, in the world with this amount of power in an XM. Oh, it's quick. So the sound with this Akrapovic is definitely a little bit darker. As I said, it's an OPF back exhaust, so you just gain a little bit of sound from that rear silencer, but it definitely feels a bit deeper, and you hear those burbles a bit better. Now, BR Performance are also going to offer an upgrade to label red power, basically. So the stock car is 653, and then label red is 748. And then if you want to go even further, then you can go for this 900 horsepower package. Jeez. But it definitely wakes up the car. It also wakes you up when you drive it, because all of a sudden you're like, okay, this is like a serious missile. Full throttle. Oh. It picks up, it does. It just, you completely forget about the weight and the fact that the stock XM just feels like it's always compensating for that. This just takes off. 100 to 200 with the stock car we did 9:35, with this we did 6.6. It's a massive difference, it's crazy. And that's a limiter, and it's also one of the most like wall-like limiters I felt in a while, because the car just runs up to it so quickly. So yeah, it's a shame that the limiter is not off. They told us they weren't 100% sure because they were not able to test it, but yeah, this is child's play for this car. So 100 kilometers an hour, foot down. That's insane. So I still feel like the whole idea of the XM, building a car that's this big, this heavy, and then calling it a full-blown M, and you know, claiming that it's some kind of super sharp driving machine, I still think that that whole concept is flawed. But now at least it goes as fast as you would think, and as the styling and the whole idea behind the car suggests. Okay, so that's going away. So at least that is nice, and I mean, this is a very, very powerful car. When I drove it on the B road, it actually surprised me by how much the car struggles to put that power down, which is great. It's right on the verge of having too much power, which is exactly where you want to be, because that means that the car feels fast and it feels like it has to work and put in effort to put that power down, and I love that feeling. I think it's one of the best feelings in the car. And of course you also still retain the whole hybrid thing, so you can still drive it in electric mode and stuff like that. It does go around the corner pretty well for you know, a car of this size and weight, but just it never really turns into a proper BMW M. So that's it for this review. I hope that the guys at BR Performance will be able to get this limiter off, and maybe they'll be back sometime this year, because this car really deserves a proper top speed run, I think. And yeah, it would be interesting to see how fast it will go and how it will feel. But that is it for this review. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks to BR Performance for bringing their XM here. Really enjoyed driving it. You can subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle. You can also check out this video, this playlist, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye. Ooh, we had a little bit of an accident. Bye.